Jai Shri Krishna. So today I'm going to be talking about a very interesting topic based on several comments and feedback I've got so far from few people. And the topic is going to be about Nadi Jothidam. Okay, this is not about Bhrigu Nandi Nadi or any of those things. Okay, so if you are looking for Bhrigu Nandi Nadi, this is not that. The Nadi Jodhidam is nothing but where you go and there is a script that you give typically your fingerprint, right? And they pull up the script and they validate what is your name, what does it start from, etc. Yeah, so that is Nadi Jodhidam. So this is not Bhrigunandi Jodhidam. Okay, so I'm going to share a few of my experiences on Nadi Jodhidam, what I know. Okay, and it'll be the honest truth. What I don't know is what I don't know, and I'll share my experiences, what it is. Okay, back during the year 2000, 2001, there was a time period when my mom, somebody told my mom about, the Nadi Jodhidam in Chennai. Usually, typically, it is available in a place called Vaidishwaran Temple, and all of this Nadi Jodhidam comes from Agastya Rishi. Okay, Agastya Rishi. The way he has done it, from whatever I understood, is think about a dictionary where A to Z is there, and all the words starting from A, you would do it. Same thing, names, etc., and they are attached with a certain fingerprint. Okay. So what happened is I went with my mom and I gave my fingerprint over there. Okay. It is a very sacred divine one where you have palm leaves, the manuscripts written based on fingerprint, and fingerprint is the identification. It is very interesting. Thumbprint, fingerprint is an identification, because back then I remember everybody used to tease and mock, like, what is this fingerprint, right? I remember when I was traveling in Dubai and everywhere, there's something called e-gate, right? There was also a fingerprint impression you give. Even in the bank, even in Aadhaar card, so many places, right? You do that fingerprint. Today, everybody is using it, but this was a time where only the fingerprint was common to all people in India and Indian stuff, right? Which is very interesting now. But back then, it was actually ridiculed and joked. But nevertheless, what I did was I went with my mother and I gave my fingerprint and I prayed that I hope they get my script and all, and we got it. And they also asked my birth details, which I remember I gave them as well. So here is where I feel the catch is. Why are you asking the birth details, right? That's a question mark to me, which it rang a bell in my head. I just kept it quiet, but I was very young, so I'm like, let's see. And that was the time I was actually reading Vedic Astrology also, started from Nostradamus and Western and then slowly moved to Vedic. Then I knew I was going in the wrong direction, so I switched gears and I came from Western to Vedic. Next is they went and got my script and they started reading out that in my last birth, I was doing well, and at some point came I became greedy and I took people's money and I didn't do a good job, and eventually I realized my foolishness in few years, and I know, and I realized, and then I said, okay, I'm going to help people. I started helping everybody. And eventually I died a peaceful death. This is what happened, they told me. I said, okay. So now what does this mean based on that? Oh, you have to go to Puja XYZ and all. Okay, I said, okay, if I do that, will it go away? They said, no, we won't know. We may have to do something like a prashna and see whether it has been done. If not, we'll have to go to stage 2. Good or bad, I don't know. I was very young. I was just few years from college. I had few, bucks in my pocket here and there to spend, but I don't know if I was ready for this. Then I told my mother, we'll come back, we'll take a decision later. I've been living with it for so many years, knowing that I have done all this. I didn't know that. Now I know it. So it's my karma, I guess. But then I said, let's ask my guru. My guru will be able to shed light. My guru said, Shreni, you cannot even change yesterday's past, right? You cannot change. Think about you were supposed to study for an exam yesterday. You went to a movie. Do you think you can change it? You can reverse it? You cannot. Okay? You cannot do anything with yesterday. It's gone, is gone. Forget it, right? What you can do is, I made a mistake yesterday. Today, I won't do the same stupidity what I did. I'll study for the exam. That is the right way to do, right? Tomorrow also you'll do the same thing, right? That is the right way. Bygone is bygone. So same thing, whatever you have done in the past life, right, good or bad, you're already facing it in this life, in this birth. You cannot change what you're doing, what you have done in the past life. You cannot go and reverse it. It's not possible, right? He didn't want to say anything bad about, just keep it aside. The Nadi, keep it aside. He didn't want to say good or bad, but he said, keep it aside. But this is the fact. He said, you cannot change it. What's the point? Why are you want to see, you want to focus today so that you can change a better, and you can have a better tomorrow. But you cannot change yesterday. You cannot use, my guru said in a very nice way, you cannot use today's money for yesterday's karma. You can use for today's money for today's karma and for changing tomorrow, but not for yesterday's karma. Same thing, you cannot put today's effort or today's thing for something yesterday what you have done to reverse it. You cannot. That bygone is gone. So he said, just forget it. That's it. Forget it. Do something good today so that you'll have a better tomorrow. See how you're going to change myself, rather than, focus and get things done, study for the exam, what you're supposed to, rather than, goofing up and whiling away with your time, etc. Right? So that all made sense totally. That was just an example of the movie and stuff I gave, because I already come out of college. I'm done with it, but that is the fact. He said, focus on today. And I remember about the curse from Soma, right? Soma with Rohini and the other 26 daughters of Daksha, where Jeshtavitan complained to Daksha. And Soma couldn't actually, if you see, he couldn't do anything. The curse has been given. He should have not done it. That is, but he and Rohini was so close. But then the curse has been given. That cannot be changed. So he has to see what he can do today so that he has a better tomorrow. That is where Vishnu and Shiva came in a way with Narada, and eventually we have what is called waxing moon and waning moon. Waxing moon is Shukla Paksha, waning moon is Krishna Paksha. Right? That is what was done. But he couldn't come back to that original time where he was always bright. That couldn't happen. And in a way, we see Shiva and Vishnu playing here to do the correction. You have two deities here, not one. But that also you had waxing and waning, half and half, where Daksha's curse still worked when the moon is waning, and Shiva's boon works when the moon is waxing. That is one of the reasons Akshaya Tritiya has also come into play. So the point is, don't go waste your money and stuff in Nadi Jothidam. This is the fact. You cannot. I am not even saying it is right or wrong. Right? I'm not talking about it. That is what my guru didn't say that. He said, let it go. Don't focus on that. It's a waste of time, waste of energy. You're not going to achieve anything. Focus on today. Yeah, focus today so that you will have a better tomorrow. The moon's story is the best story. Okay? The Daksha Prajapati and Soma story. Yeah? And of course, I'm doing a series of, video casting as well on Daksha's story, Daksha Yajna. So wait, it'll come soon. But I'm trying to address all the other things before I come to that Daksha part. It'll be at least episodes of like close to 12 episodes, I would say. That's what is coming in my head. Yeah. So I hope this was helpful for people. Don't break your head with Chandra. Sorry, not Chandra, my mistake. Don't break your head with Nadi, Jodhidam and all those things. Yeah. And I also had a burning question why they took my birth chart. Because the details, what they said about my mother, my father, my sibling, etc. was all correct. That is all correct. But you took my birth chart. Why? I also can say with somebody's birth chart then. Right? If it is Nadi, you should only have Nadi and this, right? So I don't know. I have questions around that, unanswered questions. But I clinged on to whatever my guru said, that you cannot do anything from your past. So don't break your head with it. That's the moral of the story. You cannot change the past. If you're watching this video today, see what you can do today to change your past. You cannot do anything, right? But see what you can do today to change your future, which you can do. That is what you have to see. It is all about going forward. Don't go backward. You cannot go backward. Sun and moon always goes forward. Always remember, sun and moon always goes forward. There is no vakra for sun and moon. Rahu Ketu always goes ulta, reverse. But the other 5 planets may have a vakra perception, right, in the sky, but they don't go vakra really. But sun and moon always goes forward. That is the most important thing you have to learn. Going forward is where you will win in life. Don't go backward. It is good to retrospect things, what you have done, and change yourself, but use today as a reference benchmark and move forward. You still have a long way, a long time to go to achieve things. Yeah, there is never an end to a person who wants to achieve something. Right? All right. I'll just say Krishna's one of the famous things, Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. All right. Jai Shri Krishna. I'll see you guys soon in another video. I hope this was helpful. Yeah. Thank you.